Welcome to Grace. My name is Stephen and this is church. I know we haven't uploaded a video in a long time. We had some copyright issues that we ran into, but there really was some of my own, I don't want to say issues, but recently we had Dalton pass away, and then we had Donna pass away. And then immediately after that, we had Alex pass away. When Dalton passed away, who was a volunteer and a member of our church, we had a funeral for him, or a memorial for him, in our church sanctuary. He didn't have a family, and so we wanted to recognize him, that he was part of our church family. But we also put together a video online to remember him. And then after him, there was Donna, and Donna, I know the family, we know the family, and so we had a funeral or a celebration of life for Donna, who was a part of our church. And then I uploaded this video for Donna, and then Alex. And it was 3 consecutive months that we technically lost somebody. And although I know they're in a better place here, the fact is, I miss them. I miss each one of these people. But when Alex passed away, I went and did his funeral, which was a beautiful funeral. There's people there, his family was there, but it was in Brampton, which was far away from the sharing place, and the sharing place people were not able to be there. And I said to myself, I will go home and I'll do a video so that people can hear a little bit about Alex and what he meant to us, and what he meant to our church, what he meant to the sharing place, what he meant to me personally. And every time I took out the camera and I took out the tripod, I got in front of it and I realized I just couldn't do it. I realized by doing it, it made me feel that it was something final. And I didn't want it to be final. So I just put the camera away and I put the tripod away and I said, next week it'll be better. Well, somehow God led me through this time to a bereavement journey. That's basically a grief counseling group, which I've been a part of for the last few weeks, 6 or 7 weeks actually. It's been a great experience. You could lose an ability. Alex had Parkinson's. He lost his ability to use his body the way he was once able. You could lose a job, right? And how much does that hurt? And you could lose people in your life. And how much does that hurt? I just want to start today by saying, if you've lost anything and you feel that you can't go on, I would encourage you to find a group. We need to find a new normal. There's plenty of things in life that are great, but we need to sometimes talk to each other and work alongside each other. Today we're here to talk about Alex. Before I get to the script, I want to say that if you don't know Alex, Alex was the best dressed man in town. This is actually his suit jacket. Wherever he went, he would wear a suit, a full-on suit. He was going to the beach, he had a suit. If he was going to get the mail, he had a suit. If he was going grocery shopping, he had a suit. If he was doing construction, he had a suit. In all my pictures, Alex has the suit jacket and a shirt and some pants. In fact, I being the pastor, Alex would always correct me if I wasn't wearing the trousers. Pastor Stephen, men wear trousers. I'm so happy that I was able to keep the suit jacket from Alex. It reminds me of him, and it just brings me some sort of comfort. At the end of the video today, I'll have an advertisement for the bereavement journey in case you need some more information for yourself. Today, I am going to look at notes at the funeral, or at the celebration of life, I should say. You know, I have these notes and I go off script, but that was months ago. I can't really say what's going to happen today, but I do want to stick to some notes, so bear with me. Alex and I, we are alike. Alex had a job once changing windshields. Well, before this, many years ago, in my teenage years, in my early 20s, I too had a job changing windshields. Alex loved to watch tennis. Well, if you know me, I love to watch tennis. Alex, at one point in time in his life before Parkinson's, he was a strong man and he would do anything himself. I like to think I'm a strong man and I can do anything myself. Alex was a family man. When his girls, he was in Romania, his girls told him that they wanted to move to Canada to start a new and a better life. Alex moved too. They told him, well, are you going to come with us? Of course. Of course. That was immediately Alex's response. Let me pack the bags. Windsor flight. I'm not leaving my kids. Wherever they go, I am going to go too. And not only will I go with them, but I will support them and I'll encourage them and I'll love them. Alex had 2 girls, which he spoke about with such admiration. He loved his girls, and he loved that they were girls. Alex was also the grandfather to Maximus and to Noah Alex. My son's name is Noah Stephen. Alex, despite Parkinson's, was an independent man. He didn't want to bother anybody, and he definitely didn't want to be a burden. If he could take the bus or the subway to meet us somewhere so that nobody would have to go out of their way to pick him up, he would do that. He would go visit his daughters 2 days here or 2 days there, but he always made sure not to come home to his place. He didn't want to be a burden. Even with me, sometimes I'd be working and he would have the Parkinson's act up and he would take the medicine and he would say, Pastor Stephen, just sit me here for an hour. Come back every 20 minutes and check. But I'm okay. You need to keep doing your work. Alex didn't want to be a burden. Alex had a great vocabulary. I never heard of somebody that used the word bandit. But he always used the word bandit to describe his 2 grandsons. Oh, they're bandits. That means they're up to mischief. But he said it not in a bad way, but in a great way. And then he had this other phrase, Mac, Mac, Mac. Mac, Mac, Mac simply meant that he thought that people talked far too much about things. Talking in circles, right? But not actually doing something. Mac, 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 Mac. Do something. Alex was a doer. Alex made me think about being old. Every time I would pick him up and I'd say, how are you doing? Alex would say, no complaints. But what he really meant was, there's no reason to complain. It's not going to change to Parkinson's. And then he would say, time goes too fast. It did. Time did. And it does. But I never fear getting old. Because when I looked at Alex, I saw somebody who was always doing something. Didn't matter his health. He was going to make the most of that day. Alex was handy and dependable. He could fix anything and everything. He helped paint the church, helped pick up groceries, weed the lawn. When I made mistakes in my own house, Alex was just a phone call away. Alex and I made plenty of 6 a.m. Home Depot visits. We took down the popcorn ceilings. Door handles? How many door handles? Let's do it. Lights? I used to be an electrician. I could change the lights. In the last month or so before Alex passed away, there was this light bulb in the church that the ballast was broken. He made me go down to the store where only contractors go. Don't worry, get the ballast. I'm an electrician. I could do it. There's this ladder and he has to climb up the ladder. Alex had about 1 hour, one solid good hour to medicine, and then he would start to shake. And Alex was determined within that hour, he could change the ballast. I put the timer on my watch, 45 minutes, that was the big warning. 50 minutes, we're hitting the point of no return. 55 minutes, get Alex down off that ladder. The 45-minute mark hit. Alex, are we going to make it? Yes, Pastor Stephen will make it. The 50 mark, Alex, I'm not so sure. At the 55 mark, Alex, you have to come down. I know you're independent. I know you're strong. I know you don't want to be a burden. But now, even though you don't want to, you have to listen to me. Alex came down off that ladder. I never wanted to tell Alex what to do. Nobody wants to tell a strong man what to do. Nobody wants to tell them what their limits are. In the Bible, it says, my Father's house has many rooms. If that were not so, would I have told you that I'm going there to prepare a place for you? I don't know what Alex is going to do in heaven. He was always just so busy, so handy, wanting to fix something. It's almost like God has to create a Home Depot there and create some make-work projects so Alex could be happy. But I'm happy. I'm happy he's in a place where his body's going to work. I'm happy his mind and his body are going to work together. I'm happy that one day I get to see him again and his kids get to see him again. And one day we're going to have a real epic tennis match. Alex had 2 daughters. But I don't know why. But for whatever reason, Alex looked at me differently. In fact, I would say that although he never said it to me, he would say it to his own kids. He adopted me as a son. And what do I mean by that? I mean that he was going to be there with me on any step of the journey. If I went for a road trip, Alex would want to go with. If I had to do a project, Alex would want to go with. If I was just sitting in the church thinking, Alex would want to be sitting there and thinking with me. Alex adopted me as a son. And what's interesting is I don't know at what point, the 12 years that I knew Alex, but at some point, I started to look at Alex like an adopted father, a man who I could call at any time, a man who I could trust, a man who had my best interest at heart, a man that could tell me based on his own experience. Alex always ended each day with me by saying, God bless you. God bless you, Pastor Stephen. God bless you. And somehow along the lines, I realized that Alex wasn't really saying, God bless you. I mean, he was and he wasn't. He was saying, God bless you. But you know, men, we don't really talk about our feelings. And when Alex was saying, God bless you, he equally meant, I love you. I love you, Pastor Stephen. And so Alex would say, God bless you. And I would say, God bless you. Those were the last 3 words I heard from Alex. God bless you. God bless you. Then I heard a voice from heaven say, write this. Blessed are the dead who die in the Lord from now on. Yes, says the Spirit, they will rest from their labor, for their deeds will follow them. Alex, thank you for being my friend. Thank you for everything you did at our church. Thank you for being an excellent volunteer. Thank you for representing Christ and how you acted. Alex, God bless you. I love you. This is Grace. My name is Steven, and this is church.
I lost my son, Addy, 25 years ago now. He was only three and a half. He died of viral myocarditis.
My brother and my father died in Hong Kong during the pandemic.
I have had multiple bereavements. I lost my mum to alcoholism, my dad later on, my sister to suicide, and my husband suddenly.
I've lost a number of colleagues to sudden death.
I have had a miscarriage at around 10 weeks, and I've also experienced losing my baby at 28 weeks, and she was stillborn.
My husband died of cancer. It was a long, horrible illness.
My grandfather in 2000, my father in 2008, grandmother in 2020, and my aunt in December 2020.
Welcome to the bereavement journey. I'm Reverend Cassius Francis. I've been involved in helping churches to run the bereavement journey for a while now, and I'm here with my colleagues Jane Unjan and Yvonne Richmond-Tulloch.
Our aim over these weeks is to provide a safe place where our guests can take time out to understand where they are and to explore their loss. Loss is a natural part of life, which it's necessary for us to work through for our well-being. And our hope is that over the coming weeks, our guests will dare to face one of the hardest things that anyone can go through, the death of someone important to them, and work through what that means for them, and find ways to cope for a good and healthy future.
Anyone who feels they haven't had the opportunity to grieve someone special in their life, it's never too late to do good grief work, even many years after someone has died.